So, welcome to our first show. I broke stuff, scrambled, fixed it, then forgot to unmute us, so you haven't been able to hear us this entire time. Oh, there we go. Hey,
okay.
now. There's sound now. Hi guys.
Confirmation.
I've done this, once before. So yes, we are the Occultists Anonymous. Well, 3/4 of it.
75% of us.
75% of it. We play Mage the Awakening. We are sponsored by Roll20. Yay! And viewers like you. If you have not seen this show before, there's 35 episodes that we've done, and we'll catch you up real quick to see where we're at. But yeah, we always like to say hi to our patrons who support us and, keep us going, so to speak, I guess. And that is Alexander, Brandon, Claire, Danny, Giovanni, James, Josh, Kat, Michael, Noba, Perry, Ryan, Schmitty, Thomas. Hi guys.
Starting to get like fucking Pokemon rap.
Right. Things to do. No, I have other things to do. So yes, welcome to our show. Thanks for joining us. To recap 35 episodes. No, I'm not going to do that. To recap what most recently happened, one member of the Cabal had...
Known as the Rookery.
Oh, yes, the Rookery Cabal. Cabal, by the way, is a party of mages. We're going to do that a lot this episode, by the way, because we expect that maybe you haven't seen or played Mage before. So if you're not sure about what something is, ask in the chat. There's about, a handful of folks who are in there who are part of our normal Discord community and probably can help you figure out what's going on. We will not really be watching chat. We're here to play the game. So I might stop by.
I'm here to fuck shit up.
Right. Yeah, which, speaking of, sorry, because I was doing my recap. Yes, Mammon, the Mastigos, the Warlock, the Mind and Space Mage, has had his memories toyed with and messed with, and he's not sure what was going on. And the last the Cabal heard was a rather panicked call on his way back to his house from the security of a headquarters of one of the orders, and basically called Wyrd, freaking out, said, I think they're in on it. They know something. I'm just going to go someplace where I can be safe, and then hung up. Meanwhile, our friends Wyrd, down one of those directions, and Songbird had been in...
Songbird.
Right, correct. It should be, labeled. Had been in the fourth member of the Cabal. Atratus had been in her soul, kind of dealing with some weird memories and some damage to her soul. I need to add that. And as such, had fixed up her soul a little bit, and Atratus said, hey, I need to sit a little bit in my soul, kind of look over my memories, and kind of bond with my daemon a little bit. The self-reflection of her inner soul kind of thing. Very navel-gazy, but very, very important as a mage. So the other two kind of said, okay, we'll let you have some private time in your own soul, stepped out and got this phone call. Yes, if you have seen episode 35, that is a minor retcon. No, Atratus did not wake up. She's still sleeping in her soul. Shush.
That's why she's not here.
That is also why she's not here. She's totally
the only reason.
Not on vacation. Yeah, with that, I do want to bring up a quick thing. We haven't mentioned it previously on the YouTube videos, but I want to mention it now just because new viewers and stuff like that. Mage is a game set in the Chronicles of Darkness. It's the World of Darkness kind of setting. While not overtly a horror monster, you're not sucking blood or hunting things through the moonlight or anything like that. Mage does have some intense things to talk about, like messing with people's minds and their souls and altering them as a person against their will. So there is some kind of creepy stuff like that. So be aware. This is kind of your trigger warning, so to speak. Things can get heavy. I do know that Chris and Craig have been plotting and planning behind my back and have mentioned things might get intense. I don't know what they're doing. It's going to be terrific. So that is your warning. Cool. How about we just get back to the game?
Cool.
So yeah, you guys have just received that phone call. And I believe, Songbird, your words were, all right, everybody get their shoes on, and let's go.
Do you know where he lives?
No.
I have no idea either.
Nope, Mammon has never invited you guys over, has never mentioned
God
his address.
Damn it, Mammon. All right, Wyrd. This is your show.
Luck stuff?
Yeah.
There's luck stuff. There's some other options too. But yeah. That happens every time.
Unless there's like someone that we can get in touch with that would know. But I don't know if he's told anyone.
Well, the only people who would most likely know would be somebody in the Mysterium.
So how do we get in touch with them?
Give me your phone. Okay, I'm going to call Chodell.
Okay. Wait, why are you using Songbird's phone?
Just because.
Oh, okay. Do you pull out your own phone to find Chodell's number?
He had all 7 of his phones.
Okay.
Her phones on Dial Mammon.
Yeah. Do you have? Are you just dialing it from memory or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dial his number several times. So
that's fine. I was just like, hang on, this is classic Wyrd moment. We're just gonna dial a random number. No, okay. So yeah, you call up Chodell. The line picks up and it's just silent.
Chodell?
Weird.
Hi.
This is a new number?
I've called you from a different number every time. I didn't want to break the pattern. I figured you'd be alarmed.
Have you actually?
Yeah, I have. Every time I've called, it's been a different number.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, very well. Yes.
Do you know where Mammon lives?
Yes.
I need the address. We got a panic phone call from talking about Graves and the fellow we met on Friday.
I told you that was a terrible idea.
I know it was a terrible idea. I knew it was a terrible idea before I talked to you, but that's not the point.
Ask her about her domain.
What was that? Well, hang on.
Nothing.
Let me get.
I need the address.
Yeah. And he rattles off a series of digits. And
okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. And I end the call.
Okay.
Okay. Got an address. That was easier than I thought it would be. Let's head downstairs.
Wait. I have an idea. I run into Atratus' room.
Okay.
And she's grab her phone.
Okay.
It's like weird.
Yeah.
She's definitely gonna have like either Ocean's or somebody's phone number in here, right?
For sure. But I don't need her phone to do that. But
well, she's got it saved.
Okay.
Not everything has to be magic, Wyrd.
No, but like I don't know her passcode. I'm sure she left it locked.
She's laying there. I'll just put her thumb onto the fingerprint.
I want to call Ash real quick. Do you use fingerprint or do you use swipe? Yeah, okay. So you unlock your phone because even if you couldn't for whatever reason, you got force magic to actually figure it out.
So I'll like scroll through and I guess your call whether I find Hisa or Ocean's first, but alphabetically would be Hisa, right?
Hisa. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll dial that up.
Okay. Yeah, so you have that, Irish American second generation voice kind of cut through and go, Atratus?
Songbird.
Okay. Actually, speaking of I'm trying to remember, you're still female Songbird?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So, okay. You sounded a little different. Yeah. You're in their cabal, right?
Yeah. Some might say the leader of it.
Okay. It's a Mysterium cabal, but sure, yes.
I mean, yeah, but all right. Point is, we got way more important things to talk about. Where the fuck is Mammon?
Last I had seen, he left the Athenaeum wanting to handle this on his own and headed home. Okay,
because he called us and basically laid down the world's most ridiculous conspiracy theory that you are working with the Seers to put him in some sort of prison cell in the Athenaeum, and that Oceans had disappeared and was just gone.
I don't think any of that is accurate.
I don't either.
We had a place to set him, and I haven't heard from Oceans, but I don't think she's disappeared.
What what happened to him? Because all we got word was that something
You said
happened.
Gregory was following you, is what Mammon had said on the phone.
Something about a Gregory.
A Gregory, yeah, a seer monstrosity is stalking Mammon.
And you didn't want to like let us know.
Well, at the time when we texted Atratus, there was no cause for concern, and those things follow one person. I'm not about to put the entire Athenaeum or myself at risk for a young, new mage who acts like he knows it all. Combine that
Fair.
with the fact that his memories are clearly being manipulated, and rather than stay here where he could get help, he left. At this point,
Yeah, that sounds like Mammon.
well, you would know him better than I.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Very well.
We'll keep you in the loop, I guess.
That would be appreciated. Why are you using Atratus's phone and not her?
Oh, she's chilling in her own soul right now. It's proper timing, you know.
Absolutely. Okay, well, you all handle this as the Cabal deems fit, I guess.
All right. Well, later, dude.
I'm a counselor, click.
Not my counselor. Red Dread would have had a fucking gun out by now.
Well, Red Dread isn't your counselor either. Hadramiel would be yours.
All right. Hadramiel would have done some Jesus shit. I don't know.
All right, moving on.
I don't know him well. All right. We go.
Okay.
So unless you've got some other idea, we're going to take an Uber.
Yeah, so you guys make your way downtown. Well, actually, you're already kind of downtown. Probably more uptown, I guess, technically.
Mhm.
Which, by the way, hi guys, we're in New York City. The Cabal is set up in the Puck Building, which is just a little north of the financial center district, I guess you would say. So lower down Manhattan. And you guys,
Lower East Side.
Yep, and you guys head north up towards Central Park to where the really rich homes are, and find the address, and a doorman kind of stops you guys as you arrive and kind of looks Songbird over, who looks like
6 foot tall, athletic
Amazon Viking woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and then Wyrd, who looks like that. Very, I believe the term we've used is homely chic.
Hobo chic.
Yeah, hobo chic. Cleaned up and neat and tidy, just a little odd in terms of clothing.
She's just a little
weird.
Yeah. Ding.
And the man kind of looks you guys over, but decides, it's midday, I believe, at this point. I think it's 5-ish, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, late.
Something like that, yeah.
Late
afternoon, early evening.
And just kind of looks you guys over and decides, it's not worth it, and just go ahead and lets you guys in. You guys ride an elevator up and up and up to not quite penthouse level, but definitely one of the higher buildings. Make your way down hallway and stand in front of Mammon's door.
Mage site.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. So immediately looking at the door, you can't tell. Well, actually, it definitely has some kind of magic put over it. It's not hidden because you guys saw it. It wasn't hidden away or anything like that. You definitely recognize that fate magic is tied to it, as is forces.
Okay, this is, I'm guessing this is either a hung spell or a conditional duration?
Conditional duration, you wouldn't be able to tell. That's an attainment. Would you be able to? You can see the attainment
myself.
Right. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, but that is
I'll start scrutinizing.
Okay. But yeah, you definitely do recognize it is a hung spell, I think.
Okay.
I will spend a willpower and start scrutinizing the forces.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Omnis is 3.
Oh, yes, indeed. Just had to level up. And while he's putting that together, one of the things that a mage can do is scrutinize. They basically take their mage sight where they kind of view the magic in the world and then kind of focus it down very sharply and begin to view the world in kind of break it down in parts based on an arcana. You're rolling Gnosis plus Forces, right?
Forces.
Okay.
How am I doing?
Pretty dang well. So where are we at? Not done yet. Nope.
Oh no.
Yikes. Okay, so let me go bring up Mage Sight. I'm trying to remember. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4,
That was my fifth
5.
roll.
So it was your fifth safe one, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, you're fine for now. And you're at... Okay. So yeah, if you want to continue...
Yeah. And I will... I always forget that we can do this. We can spend a mana to add a success.
On a successful roll. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that would be 3 successes.
Okay. And it is equal to your Gnosis per turn limit. So at your level, you can actually do several if you wanted. But before you do that... Okay. Still not
sure.
there.
I'll spend 2 more and it'll be 5 successes total.
There we go. Yep.
Critical success.
That doesn't... that would just count for clearing stuff. It doesn't make it a...
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But that said, yeah, if you had, just one more,
Okay.
you would basically be set.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. And then go ahead and reveal. So after ripping apart the opacity and all the things that kind of make a mystery, or in this case, what is this
Putting our
weird thing
willpower
on the
into
door?
this.
Cool. Basically reveals it. Perfect.
Songbird dice.
And delves into the deep information. So, yes, it is a Waken spell. No, it is not used by a rote. Aha! The effects of an attainment. So now you would tell that it has conditional duration on it. And the signature nimbus of the mage involved, you recognize immediately. It's that pushing, straining.
Mr. Graves.
Yes, Mr. Graves' nimbus. His kind of signature on it. Spell factors, the remaining duration, another week. It did not cause paradox. The spell has been relinquished. And the potency is 7, and the scale is a small house.
Any more than that?
Sorry, yes. Continuing to read. Identification of the phenomenon. It doesn't link up to too much. If blah, 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 blah. If an awakened spell, the power level of the creator relative, he has more gnosis than you. Whether it was tied to blah, blah, blah. And then how the arcanum relates to the mystery. So the forces side of this thing, fire. Lots of raw fire.
Cool.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Holy moly, what are you rolling here?
We'll get to that in a sec. I'm going to scrutinize it first.
Oh, okay.
That was so Gnosis and Arcanum?
Whatever Arcanum you're using, yes.
Yep. How many rolls? I don't remember.
Your unmodified dice pool, so 6 for you.
6.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
You're fine.
Yikes.
All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, actually,
Because you can't go down more than 1 level per roll.
It does depend. Hang on, is that right? Your math is right. I'm trying to do the other part on my head. Okay, so it has for you it has an opacity of 3. I don't know why I always hide this from you guys. So opacity 3, so 3, then 2, then 1. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it would have been 6. Sure. So yeah, so you just need to reveal.
This is where I usually fall down.
Got 6 dice these days.
Oh, again!
I'm sorry I said anything.
I'm going to try again.
Okay, so -1.
-1.
There
Okay.
you go. Like lucky with everything else except for revealing. So yeah, as you dig
Every
into
time.
this, you get the same stuff. You get the fate. You get the conditional duration.
So what is the condition that is based on is what I'm looking for the fate side.
The door opens.
Okay. That's where my spell comes in,
Okay.
but it's potency 7.
Good load. Wait, is it 7?
That's what you said. It was potency 7, right?
The potency of the spell. Yes.
Okay.
Well, once you in Songbird.
I can tell you that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that spell that
I can probably dispel it.
Won't dispelling it just fire off the fire?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay.
No, basically dispelling a spell shuts it down for a certain amount of time.
Now
Or
he's
blasting.
He's just relinquished the spell, right? So if
He
it gets
has
dispelled, will he know that it's been dispelled?
Because it's relinquished. Because it's no longer in his spell control.
Okay. Because I can do I can modify the condition basically. Using Fabricate Fortune, I can alter the trigger for conditional spells.
I'll just get rid of it though.
Especially if, yeah, because yours wouldn't be. So, I mean, you could do it, but it would be for that duration. So you would need to make it a week long to make this safe forever.
But I don't need it to be safe forever. I need it to be safe for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't want the next person to come to the apartment to have to deal with it.
Okay.
So shadow name for 4. Athletics for 5. And
we're casting
dedicated magical tool.
Which one are we casting here?
Just to spell magic. Prime 1.
Oh, right.
It's not counterspell, so I don't have to actually have the Arcana.
Right.
So yeah, 10 yantras.
In addition, the mage must include all Arcana involved in the casting of the subject spell
Really?
at 1 dot. Yes.
So I have to have fate.
You would have to have fate.
We can't combine to do that because
Nope.
I don't have Prime.
Fuck.
So we're gonna try my way.
Sure.
Now, was the potency? I'm just trying to trick the duration. Do I have to overcome the entire potency of the?
What spell? Fabricate Fortune. Let us see. Fabricate Fortune. Sometimes a mage wishes to hide childhood. Blah 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 blah. Can trick conditional durations or spells with conditional triggers into ignoring an event that meets them, or into acting as though it can create false omens. All such deceptions provoke a clash of wills against those attempting to overcome its protection. Okay, so you would basically shield. The spell conceals or falsifies. It can be used to trick conditional durations or spells condition into ignoring an event that meets a thing or acting through a stipulated false omens regarding subject when they're scrutinized by fate magic. Okay, cool. So yeah, it'll be a clash of wills against, as you can guess, Mr. Graves.
All right.
That's what your spell will come up against. A quick.
Dude, that's nuts that you can add conditional duration to any spell.
Yep.
Like all the other attainments are only with like that Arcana as
space.
Fate magic's fucking stupid.
Space allows you to use sympathetic casting with any Arcana. Yeah, so it definitely depends on the Arcana.
All right, well, matter needs a buff then.
So a quick thing about Clash of Wills, because this is something that I had forgotten about previously. When doing Clash of Wills, you can spend willpower to bolster the contested roll. I don't remember if we'd ever done that before.
No.
And anything that has a longer duration has an additional bonus to the clash. So 1 day long things are 1, week long are 2, month are 3, year long and indefinite are 4. So you know if it's a week long, it's got a plus 2 to the spell, to the clash.
And does adding potency to my spell give me bonuses to that Clash of Wills, or is it straight?
Advanced potency does, but not. So you can go bare minimum potency and just spend the reach to go to advanced potency.
Sure.
Mhm.
That gives you 1 die.
Okay. So 1 reach for instant cast, 1 reach for advanced duration, 1 reach for advanced potency.
Okay.
That gives me my 3.
Yes.
So I don't need the penalty for potency. So I'm going to be rolling 12, 15 on my spell.
But-
I guess I won't need a willpower, I guess, at that point. But
Yeah, because your spell, you don't need to, spell, you're not
Yeah.
up against potency or anything.
so I'm going to be rolling 6 and 6 is 12. My yantras are Shadow Name and Casting Tool, and I'm flipping a silver coin.
Okay.
So 4 for Shadow Name, 1 for each of the other 2.
Yep.
So that's 12.
Cool.
There
Okay.
we go.
And, sorry, did you do advanced scale?
I did.
Okay. Instant, advanced duration.
Instant, advanced duration, and advanced potency.
Okay.
Or
So
whatever it was, yeah.
okay, so this is only being cast on you then. Oh, I guess you could cast it on the door.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I was
Okay.
planning on doing.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. I was thinking about
Okay.
casting it on yourself to open the door, but yeah, you're just
Yeah, no.
casting on the door. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense. Cool. So now we need to do a Clash of Wills. So if you've got advanced, Fabricate Fortune is a what spell?
Fate.
Oh, well, yeah, sorry. Duration. So you have built in 3 steps. So you're at day, week, month.
So it'll be safe for a month anyway. So the
It'll be a
spell
week,
will fade on
wouldn't
its
it?
own.
Starts at hour, 3 steps, right? Oh no, 2 steps.
I did advanced duration already, so I'm a scene,
Yeah.
Scene
and then 2 steps
Plus 2
after
more.
that.
is
So a week.
day, week, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it covers the rest of the spell.
Cool. Well, I was also trying to figure out the Clash of Wills difference.
Right. Sure.
Right. So now we have to Clash of Wills, which because let's see here. Whoops. Clash of Wills. Blah blah blah. Which Arcanum do we use? Each using a pool of Gnosis plus Arcanum. Winning spell.
Imagine it'd be the forces for the
No, because
for
I'm
Graves.
Yeah,
for
he's
the
messing with the
conditional
fate
duration.
side of it, and he's also specifically attacking the hung spell because
Yep.
he doesn't have to attack the forces. So yeah, go ahead and roll your Gnosis plus Fate plus 2.
Gnosis plus 2 plus a
Plus
willpower.
Throw some fucking willpower. Yeah.
Actually, plus 3 because you did advanced potency.
All right.
Mhm.
So 3 plus willpower would be plus 6 then, correct?
Good lord.
Okay.
And then Mr. Graves.
Come on, baby. Ooh,
What
not
was it?
Come on,
great.
where's your dice at? Where's your dice
I'm
at?
off tonight.
I don't have it up.
That's
What
the
was
thing
it?
about luck, eh? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
What do we get? 3 successes. Okay. Mr. Graves, remind me again of your potency, sir.
Fuck this guy. I just
Yeah.
do not like. Seers, get out.
Cool. So, yes, as you
Nailed it.
cast this on the door, Mr. Graves gets his 1 success, and he, of course, has relinquished his spell, so has no idea. So
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good part.
Yes. So yes, as far as you know, that trigger will now not go off. You now
All
have
right,
a
but
locked
I have
door.
to supply an alternate trigger, right?
No, it just says you can trick them into
Okay.
ignoring an event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You're taping the lock of the door shut, basically, with magic.
So
Yep.
I'm going to open up the door.
It is locked.
Okay.
I believe this is something you actually can handle.
Um,
Don't you? Don't you have not subterfuge? What's the
I have subterfuge. I don't have larceny.
larceny?
I'll roll matter.
Yeah.
Quick and dirty. Make
Sure.
the tumbler turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've still got my whole 8 again.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow
With your
name
shadow name.
going on. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna throw that at it.
Okay.
So it'll be 3, 1, 8 dice with 8 again.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Yep. And just kind of reach forward and just little hand nudge as you call upon. We need to have a talk later about shadow names, but in this particular case, anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But a quick twist of the hand, and you just feel the tumblers kind of twist over and roll. And who goes in first?
I'm
I
going
will.
in first.
I already got my hand
So we
there.
do the keto
I'm in.
copsing getting jammed
Right,
in
yeah.
the...
That said, yeah, Songbird was right there at the door. So, yeah.
Okay, trained observer, let me in.
Yeah. So you guys walk in, and the place looks a bit of a mess. Stuff has been gathered quickly. The kitchen looks fairly untouched, but there's a couple drawers and cabinets that are still like open, like stuff has been pulled out. You see a couple. No, actually, hang on. No. Yeah, so stuff has been opened and cleared. It looks like this place has been kind of ransacked, kind of burglarized almost. But yeah, and that is what you see. And this is a nice house. Songbird, you have to admit, this place is probably a little better than yours.
It's not bigger.
Sure, okay.
Okay.
But that is what you see as you walk into that, kind of large entryway living room.
Okay, I'm gonna post cognition the place from here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I
If
want
you
to
do
see.
like
What's that?
advanced scale, you could probably like in your head be able to like walk around wherever in the apartment.
Yeah.
Takes us back to the one shot. Back to the prison cell, or was it interrogation room? Anyways, yep. And so while Wyrd says that she's gonna, prepare to post cognition and starts to ready herself while Craig gets the thing up, Songbird, you are
Just taking a good look around.
okay. You can go ahead and roll wits plus composure if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
One
looking
success.
Yeah, like I said, looking around, general kind of like at least considering you were probably just staying in that living room.
Mm-hmm.
You notice there's nothing that like there's nothing personal here. Like there's a TV, there's not even decorations, but there's furniture. It looks model home kind of like. Bunch of pictures taken. There's no faces. There's no people. There's no posters that would, suggest any kind of like, fandoms or, interests.
Okay.
All right. Let me just walk through and make sure I got that all right.
Mm-hmm.
So one for instant cast, one for scrubbing, and one for advanced scale.
Okay.
Duration.
Duration might have.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what is. Because you get bonus
Potency is a
stuff.
primary factor.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm going to overreach by one
Okay.
to get advanced duration.
Okay.
Hang on. Advanced duration is going to give me a scene.
Mm-hmm. Scene's worth of stuff. Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be enough to cover the period
It's about an hour.
when I got a call?
Well, you remember, you're going to set the time.
Right, and then I got an hour before, or around an hour, so half an hour before, half an hour. Okay, good. So a scene is good. Advanced scale gives me
a little bit more space. You'll definitely have enough with advanced
Okay,
scale plus that -2. Yeah, you'll have enough to cover his apartment.
okay. And so to actually get advanced scale, the small house, that's only advanced scale plus 1 step, right? Or is it
So
2?
it's a -2.
Yeah. Pulling it up. Oh, hang on. That's actually one that I've actually gotten written down. Where is this thing? Spellcasting. Scroll down to scale. There we go. -2. Oh, yeah. With advanced scale, it's small house. You probably don't even need. Large house is just basic advanced scale. You don't need that
Okay.
-2.
All right. So 511. I got that right?
Yep. And is one of your yantras?
Your yantras can only go up to 5.
Well,
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
I'm actually going to, right, I got to take a yantra down,
but you're going to use your dedicated magical tool, I think.
but I'll use
right?
my dedicated magical tool to absorb the 2 dice of,
Okay. And then,
Chance die.
so you're going to cause paradox, or provoke paradox, not cause it just yet.
chance die for paradox. I will contain the paradox.
Nothing happens.
Cool.
So yeah, when casting a spell, if you kind of reach beyond your normal limits, sometimes bad things happen, and mages can decide to just let that free and just go where it wants and affect his spell, or they can just internalize it and pull a 11, I have a bloody nose kind of thing. So in this case, not a problem. And 3 successes on postcognition, which is a praxis?
I didn't, it's a rope, but I didn't use it as a rope.
What's wrong with you? Well, that said, you should have, because then you would have had
No, that's only for
More
praxis,
reach.
right?
Yeah, more
Well,
reach.
yeah, I
though.
would have had limited reach, but that's all right.
yeah, but no, we'll say you did.
That's fine.
But yeah, it doesn't matter in this particular case. So suddenly, and now, what is the time that you were picking?
So I've got an hour on either side, or half an hour on either side of when I got the phone call from Mammon.
You can set it there, or you can say it's going to start here. And
Was he in the
an hour.
car?
He was in the car. Yeah, and to remind you of the phone call, he was in the car and then basically hung up as he was like, "Okay, I'm home," and then hung up. So you know when he got home.
Right. So I'm gonna.
start
Okay,
from
so
there, I
I'll
think.
start it when he gets home,
Okay.
and then say 15 minutes before that, and then forward to 45 minutes after he got home.
Okay, so yeah, you start 15 minutes before his call hung up. And you're scrubbing through. Songbird, are you still just hanging out in the room?
Yeah.
So yeah, you scrub through. He comes in.
Actually, I want to revise that because I'm doing it on the apartment. Him being in the car isn't going to help me. So I'm going to start it from when he called to say, "Hey, I'm home."
Okay. Yep.
Because then I'm not wasting 15, 20 minutes looking at it.
I was wondering, but I wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So start it when he called, when I got the call, and
a little
covers
bit after.
an hour
Sure.
for there. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, so you kind of scrub forward.
Yeah. And I'm. By the way, Chris, I'm out of it for this. Eh?
Right. He's
Yeah, that's fine.
not aware. Yep. She's not aware. Excuse me. Yeah. So you scrub forward a little bit, especially as you're standing here, and a spectral door swings through you basically as the front door opens. Mammon kind of walks in, and he is, I want to say, livid. He's not mad. He's very distraught. He's not sure about what's going on. He
Agitated.
very agitated. He does that kind of pace around in the living room, kind of kicks the side of some furniture. You can see him working stuff out, and then kind of heads down a hallway.
I follow him.
Songbird, you watch as Wyrd, who's got like her eyes kind of glazed over, starts walking off down a hallway.
Yeah. I'll start guarding her.
Gotcha. And Mammon makes his way into the bathroom and like is leaned over, splashes some water in his face, kind of looks up in the mirror, and you can see he's not saying anything. He's not talking to himself. Mammon isn't crazy, but he's just kind of glaring at himself in the mirror, and then just suddenly out of nowhere, just this quick jab smashes the mirror right in his own face. There's some blood on his hands. The mirror shatters, and he's kind of sitting there looking at it, and then kind of
Pause. I've
Okay.
got mage side up. Is there anything wonky going on there?
No.
Is he under the effects of any like supernal magic or anything?
No,
Okay.
Mammon, as far as you can see, Mammon appears fine. And punches the mirror, and is kind of staring at that, and then kind of looks down at that mask. You guys have seen a time or two before. It's kind of the kind of Jolly Rogers kind of look, coins implanted over the eyes, and kind of picks it up and kind of looks at it, kind of looks at the mirror back and forth. And then I can't remember exactly what John said, but he said, "You know what? Fine." And kind of
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. Let's talk about this. And where are you standing in relation to the bathroom?
I'm standing in the hallway in the door so they can see Mammon, but not block his access or anything. Like I'm
right. So suddenly, like basically next to you, almost like overlapping you, you see a gentleman you have seen previously who signed a letter, and just suddenly is there. And kind of he leans over, hand on the door frame, and says, "Hey, buddy."
So Chris hears Wyrd say "fuck" at this point, and kind of back up, and it looks like she's looking at somebody.
Right.
Okay.
And
he just appeared here, like apparated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And basically, leans over and says, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" And then you hear him tell Mammon basically, "Yeah, no, you're right. This you didn't kill Beck. A seer of the Ministry of Mammon who works for the Chancellor killed Beck. And we've got a lot to talk about. And I can give you the information that you seek. I can give you the stuff that you want to know. Welcome to the Panopticon." And kind of helps him up. Looks at his hand. We'll get this fixed up, and kind of leads him out from the bathroom. Makes his way back out to the kitchen. Kind of bandages his hand up with a kitchen towel kind of thing, and they sit and basically Wyrd. Mr. Graves explains, "Yeah, I'm a seer, and you're right. Give up on those pentacle mages. They don't know anything. They want to live in their ivory towers and lord over sleepers, but they don't have any real power. They don't have any real knowledge, and they are struggling against they're losers to the point who they've already lost the war. Come work with us. We've already won. We're working for the big guys upstairs. We can find anything. We have connections with everyone. We can do whatever we want, so long as it serves the Exarchs." And, Mammon basically says, "Hey, I'm not in for that. I want to know what the hell's going on, and I want more information because I don't like this." And, Mr. Graves goes, "Yeah, no, that's fine. We can start small. We'll we can give you a little something if you give something back." And then he says, "But Todd Larson has to die. And Mammon needs to die too. There can be no more Mammon." And so, you see Mammon, Todd looking like, "Excuse me." And very calmly, Mr. Graves takes that mask and just snaps it, pretty forcefully, sets that to the side and says, "We'll burn that." And then looks around the house. "We'll probably need to burn all of this. We can't leave anything behind for anybody to find, because it'll still come back to you. So we'll leave a little present for your friends if they come back. Maybe they'll be smart and won't get caught in it. And then we'll arrange for a look-alike." And as he's saying that, a woman you have not seen before appears nearby.
Same thing, just sort of apparates.
Mm-hmm. Well, at this point, you actually see Mr. Graves, kind of just looks over at a spot, and then she is suddenly there. And she is holding a person, a man, more or less to Todd Mammon's build. And, kind of, she's like, "Would you help me with this?" And kind of heaves it over to Mr. Graves. Mr. Graves catches it and goes, "We couldn't have brought somebody else. It's just the two of us. Let's, keep this quick." And Mr. Graves, draws it back, and Cynthia just kind of slips into this very like nurse bedside manner. Hey, it's okay, buddy. I'm sorry about all that. Here, let me show you what really happened. And Mammon is, looking at her like super distrustful. And Cynthia basically just like corners him into the kitchen, grabs hold of his arms.
Corners Mammon or the new guy?
Mammon. Oh, the new guy is a corpse.
Okay.
Yep. That Mr. Graves has lugged down the hallway. And so Cynthia grabs hold. You've got your mage side up, and you can see, actually, at this point, you need to spend a willpower.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're still keeping up. And you can see cast a spell. You recognize it as mind. You don't really have any training in mind, so you can't recognize what it is, but you can guess, especially in context. And Mammon's eyes kind of shoot back and then shakes his head.
Is there any fate adjustments to all of that?
It's all mind.
Okay.
You can see, though, probably with Mage Sight, that there is a shifting in his potential fates, right? The different possible, I guess you would say, thorns, and...
Right, but is that just like a strengthening of some that were already there, or is this a new one being grafted in? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's basically some possibilities shrink while others grow.
Okay.
And he comes out and he's like, shit. Actually, let's be fair. It's John. It's Mammon. Shit. Fuck. Damn. Yeah. And he kind of sinks to his knees. Mammon killed her. And Cynthia nods. Yeah, Mammon killed her. You didn't kill her. And he's like, okay, well, I owe them. So that's first on the list. I owe them a life. And Cynthia's like, okay, buddy, let's calm down. They're technically on our side, so we just need to find a reason to kill them. We can't just outright kill them. That causes infighting, and that's just bad. We have to play nice until we can stab them in the back. And Mammon nods. He's like, I can play nice. I can do that for a little bit. And Mr. Graves comes back and says, okay, he's all doctored up. He's going to look like he died in a fire. He looks just like Mammon. Emmys won't have any problem. And then looks at Mammon and says, all right, we're going to leave. And Cynthia grabs hold of Mammon, and before, like, Mammon has, where are we? And both of them are gone. And Mr. Graves walks over to the front door, begins casting some spells, which is, with your fate, you recognize the hung spell, you recognize the conditional duration, and that should do. And, kind of half turn, and then is just gone.
Okay. I'm going to fast forward through the rest of my duration just to make sure nothing else happened.
Not from
they know,
not from where
they
you're
know
standing
who
at.
I am and what I can do.
Sure.
Okay.
Not from where you're standing at.
So I'm going to check out the other rooms and just quick scan back and forth to make sure nothing else was going on in the other rooms that I wasn't in while I was.
Okay. So yeah, you head back towards guest rooms, and they are like, they don't even have beds, or like there's no expected guest to be coming over. Get to
Mammon.
Right. Get to the master bedroom, and Songbird, you're still following Wyrd as she kind of wanders through. And you have to open doors a couple times for her, as she, because
because I'm not even aware, like,
right.
Okay.
And you open the master bedroom, and you both see at the same time a burned corpse, or rather, actually, it's a burned corpse. Laid
I say at this point, that's not Mammon, and. Because I know Songbird's probably watching this
somewhere. You hope
somewhere.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Songbird is having a fist fight in the living room, and you're just
it hardly could be. It could be bullets whizzing around, and I'm totally oblivious.
Yep.
Okay.
And so you kind of rewind and stuff like that. And you watch as Mr. Graves throws the body there and casts a very quick spell, and just the body twists and contorts a little bit, and you see Todd. You see Mammon lying there, and then his skin just scorches and shreds, and, fast action,
Okay. Okay. But nothing else happened in the rest of the rooms. Quick scrubs back and
Nope.
forth just to make sure. Okay. He didn't do any scrying or anything.
Who?
When did Mammon do scrying?
Oh, sorry, Kat. That was when he came in. He
That was when he
scribed.
was staring at the mirror. It was just in his head.
Right. Technically,
Okay,
it
yeah,
would
there
have
was
been
no vid window or
before.
anything, right?
It technically was before he went to the bathroom. But yes, you did see him scry. Of course, you saw nothing. It was all in his head.
Okay. All right. I dropped the spell.
Cool.
Where
Yeah,
am I?
Songbird is there next to you, I guess.
Hi, Wyrd. So, corpse?
Not Mammon. Some guy they killed. Made it look like he burned in a fire. So that's death magic. He's got space. He knows fate attainments.
He's got forces.
He's got and forces, and he's got Cynthia was apparently doing mind stuff all over the place. He's been recruited by the Panopticon. It didn't sound like he was 100% on board, but he's going to use them to get what he wants, and they're going to use him to get what they want.
That's
kind of how they work.
That just makes me so happy.
Well, shit. Shit. They're trying to break all of his connections. They want to kill Mammon, like kill the identity of Mammon and Todd Larson. Now I know where Mr. Graves was standing, where he was moving. And the corpse, the spell, they didn't actually burn the corpse. They just made it look like it was burnt using that death spell, right? You can alter the...
Don't ask an Abrimos about death.
No, because I have death. I'm asking Drew.
Yes. Yeah, you were asking me? Yes. Yeah, you do have. You do know there's definitely a spell that can alter the way a corpse.
So I'm looking for hairs, skin flakes, anything on the corpse.
And that's something that you, especially death magic, and Atratus has cast it on you to leave no trace.
Yes, I was pretty sure he wouldn't leave that big of a hole.
Yeah.
But it was worth a shot. He's shit. How do we? Because he's got connections to all of us. Those aren't going to go away. How do we?
They will eventually.
How do we exorcise him out of the cabal?
Need a space mage.
Yeah.
You know 2. 3
Holy
technically, but one of them, 4 technically.
Yes, I'm sure Graves isn't going to help us. Thanks anyway.
Neither is Mammon, but yeah, you do know Shodell and Hiza.
Okay. I think we need to go to the Guardians. Shodell can clean up some of this mess. Cut him out from the cabal so that they don't have that connection to get back to us. Wow. I knew he was like larcenous at heart, but who was this Beck that he was talking about? I don't think he mentioned her ever.
Literally never. He never told us anything.
There was...
So
Todd Larson was his sleeper name.
Sympathetic name. Yep.
And Todd Larson killed Beck. And it seemed to be a significant event for Mammon. And that's what all this is about. The only thing they were really talking about was Beck and who died, and apparently he was working for some Seer group before as a sleeper. Maybe they were talking about how he was working for this Seer named Mammon, or was part of that organization or something. And
Well,
that now he's
you do know
switching
so much.
sides.
You would know Mammon is like,
Yeah.
But and you would know Mammon is a ministry. It's basically it's like an order for seers.
Yeah.
And
Well, which falls under the big guy at the top, right?
who's the chancellor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one of the more well-known ones because they're the ones who oppress people by greed and want for things.
So apparently he was working for Mammon and as a sleeper or something. Somebody died. He killed her, assuming Beck is her.
all right, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about Mammon. We'll get him cut out. We'll sever all these ties. I don't give a fuck. But you know what? I'm tired of being in the dark about what's been happening. We've been working together for like 2 months now. And now I find out, like, literally just now, that he used to be a fucking bank robber. How do we work together for 2 fucking months and you don't even know someone's name?
Songbird.
And I like very pointedly look at you.
Because that's your sleeper life. Some of us leave that life behind. I'm not
But
the person.
obviously they don't. Obviously they don't, if this is all fucking happening.
No, because you try to, but you can't. It keeps hanging on whether you want it to or not.
So here's the deal, Wyrd. Because I don't have to be part of this cabal. I can go work for the arrows. I'm here to protect y'all. We're here supposed to be as like a great little fucking PR piece, easy peasy work, and make it look like all the orders are working together. But I can't do that if I don't know what the fuck is going on. So you're going to tell me right now literally anything about your past. Because all I know is that you've walked in off the street with fucking leaves in your hair and you just manipulate fate to get whatever the fuck you want. So how do I know you're not doing this shit too? You don't have some fucking, I don't know if there's a ministry of luck or some bullshit, but how do I know? Literally the only person that I trust right now is Atratus, and she's asleep in her own fucking soul, and I only like that and only trust her because I saw her past. So give me something, please.
Wyrd starts pacing.
Next to a burnt corpse, might I add.
Yep. My parents died when I was 6 years old. My only living relative, well, she was in her 90s then. She couldn't take care of a kid. So I bounced around in foster homes. And that was my childhood. I don't even remember my parents. I don't remember their faces. I remember feelings, images, but I don't know them. The only way I'd be able to look at them is using post-cognition. Some of the homes were good. Some of them weren't. That real enough for you?
To start?
I was a corporate spy. I would get hired by corporations to spy on their competitors, and I would get myself hired at the competitor and use my position of privileged access to steal secrets and give them to my real employers. That's my deep, dark past. But Songbird, none of that fucking matters. Because one day I got in a fender bender. And that fender bender changed my life. None of that shit that happened before matters anymore. everything that happened before that moment might as well have been happening to another person. You want to poke into my past and dig around under deep, dark secrets? I'm telling you, they were a different person. I am who I am. I'm Wyrd the Seer. And I'm a member of the Rookery. And I've got your back, like I think you've got mine. So you tell me, Songbird, are we part of a cabal? Or do we just call it quits right here because Mammon was a fucking lunkhead? You tell me, is that how flimsy your loyalty is? That you're going to walk away from this? Because a guy we knew from the start was a lecherous ass gave in to his lechery? That's all it means to you? How long have we been together in the shit we've already done?
It's true. I think at that point, I'm just like...
And I'm going to tell you one more thing. And I'm getting worked up at this point. I'm pacing like aggressively. Here's one more thing. Remember Friday when we met Graves? You know what I was doing that night? I was sitting outside that bar, preparing myself to die. I was convinced somebody was going to die that next day, and I was making sure it was going to be me. That's why I brought my soul stone. That's why I set up a domain, because I wanted to be the easiest target for that asshole if he decided to pull something.
I think I like run over and just grab you in a big hug.
There's no way I can stop you. So I return the hug.
Don't ever put yourself in the front line. That's literally my job. I'm here to protect you guys.
Of
course I've got your back.
It was a phenomenally stupid idea to even go to that meeting. Start crying a little bit. It was just so stupid, but you guys wanted to go, and I had to make sure you were going to be okay. So I unzipped my soul and let it dangle on a fishhook for him.
Thank you. But let's just plan together a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm happy to stake out anything you want to stake out.
First things
Got life magic for that.
First things first, let's call Shodell and
Get the fuck out of here.
clean up this mess. Okay, she's still definitely hurt.
It's one of those things where like Songbird immediately knew that she fucked up. So, hey, look, we have acting skills. Fuck you, Critical Role.
Oh,
Oh, come on! Don't need to be like that.
So, yeah, you're calling Shodell?
Yeah.
Okay. Same phone twice in a row. Weird. I thought you weren't doing that.
No, because now I'm going to use Chris's phone, Songbird's phone.
Who's Chris's phone? You already called. You
just called from.
No, I called on Atratus's phone. I thought. Oh no, you're right. Yes. Oh no.
Yep.
Well, yeah. No, I can't break.
I
that
didn't
pattern.
take her phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to use my own phone.
Yep. Hello, Weird.
I haven't had a great track record with this, but we need some help.
Define the help.
I need to exorcise someone from our cabal, and quickly. I saw through postcognition that Mammon has joined the Panopticon. I don't know how deeply committed he is, probably not very, because that's just how Mammon is. But Graves works with the Panopticon, and Mammon willingly left with him. They're planning on wiping out the Mammon identity, starting over fresh, but in the meantime, they've got a pretty strong connection back to us because of our cabal.
As you are having this conversation, like you hear, like
I'm totally expecting him just to appear right beside us.
not quite. you definitely hear like on the other side, like the phone kind of moving, and then you hear like the clatter of, as it gets set down, and then suddenly you and Songbird are both gone from the apartment. In just a flash, you are both standing. Yeah, you are both standing in a fairly small, nondescript, like very, very tiny studio apartment. There is enough room for like the two of you, Shodell, who's standing there with his hands out, eyes closed, and like
is Atratus there on the floor?
No.
So I was totally
Actually,
expecting
yes.
something like that. So like I just end the call. I don't even
Right. But no,
either he was going to come to us or he was going to bring us the end.
Actually, you would be correct. He would have no reason to not grab Atratus. So yes, the three of you are there. You two standing. Atratus has gone to just kind of being slumped over, and Shodell goes, "Where and when?"
At his apartment. This point,
like an hour and a half ago.
Hour and a half ago.
Actually, probably a little bit more than that, considering travel time. But
sure.
But I did post cognition on the whole time from the time you walked home. It took maybe half an hour, 45 minutes.
Okay.
It shouldn't matter because Wyrd took care of it, but there is a spell on the door.
Okay.
Not that you give a fuck about doors, but
no, I don't. Yeah, because break barrier, break boundary. Okay. Very well. And he kind of looks at the three of you and goes, "All right, well, she's apparently still in her own soul."
Yep.
Okay. Well, actually, let's take her back. Let's all of you. Songbird, sorry, I'm going to be rather invasive. It just reaches a hand over, and basically, because I'm not going to bother rolling, duplicates your connection back to your house, and just then all of a sudden you guys shift again, and you're in.
God,
he's like,
damn it.
Yeah, I guess Mammon doesn't do space magic, and like lifts up Atratus like kind of carefully and takes her back, and kind of he leads off and he goes, actually.
That way, right there. The one with all the black.
Right.
The one with all the cobwebs and shit.
The Halloween decorations.
Yeah. It's April, by the way. It's April.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you not. Yeah. So Shodell kind of sets her down and says, just to make this easy, why don't you all come over here? And then just kind of one by one, boom, 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 and just severs the connections you have to Mammon and vice versa. And we've talked about this before on YouTube and stuff like that, but basically the connections that could be drawn from you guys to him are removed. You still have your memories, you still have the feelings and emotions and stuff like that, but those, unless you do more to keep them going, will fade. And Shodell actually, kind of says that, and then very very straightforward says, now you need to forget about him. You need to stop thinking about him. Don't think about Mammon. Don't think about Todd Larson. And you need to leave it be. If those connections can regrow, and if he's with the Panopticon, if he really gives in and actually follows the eye, the prelates of the eye are terrifying. They literally have a weak connection to everything. So, yeah. Now, bear in mind, out of character, prelates are the folks who basically, they not only work for Seers and they work for the exarchs, but they go so far as to invite the exarchs into their soul. Yeah, it's
like upper management.
Yeah, well, yeah, upper management,
middle management,
and favored soul kind of like stuff. Yeah, they get creepy, weird mystery dreams, and that's why the exarchs win all the time. And so yeah, suddenly, boom, he lays out and he kind of sits back and goes, "Okay, we'll deal with the house. I'll be honest." if and I imagine, and I'm assuming you kind of relate what Mr. Graves had done with the corpse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's whoever that was already dead. If Todd Larson is going to disappear off the grid, that's fine. We're never going to find him by that name anyways, so let that persona die. And we'll just need to keep an eye out for someone matching his description. Looks down at Atratus and says, well, I'd love her to tell the Mysterium, but I guess I will have to go through official channels to do that. All right. Spill time.
Go ahead. There's a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently when Mammon was Todd Larson, unknowingly he was working for Mammon, the Seer organization.
History. Okay. We'll look into that too. That feels like that's something that we probably should have caught earlier. So we'll look into that and see what all he may have been privy to. Could have any number of secrets lost. The Mysterium will have to handle that. They'll probably have to go change their locks and stuff like that. But I mean,
man, remember when we just hung out with werewolves and drank beer? That was great.
Welcome to being a mage, kid. Sometimes it's heavy lifting, but I suggest you guys keep a lowdown. I don't think they're going to come after you at this point. They have Mammon, who they wanted. Causing a ruckus with the three of you is not going to get them anything. It's not going to win them any prizes. I don't even know why they're after Mammon. You guys are all low on the totem pole. The only thing I can guess is he knew something about the Mysterium, or for whatever reason, the Exarchs want him for something. So
I don't know if this is pertinent at all, but Mammon was worried that there was a conspiracy within the Mysterium, that Graves was somehow connected. He was very concerned about Oceans disappearing off the grid as soon as all this started to come to light.
Shodell, you can watch his face kind of twisting up. Just pulls his phone out and just on speakerphone, holding it out. Shodell? Isa? What's going on with your curator? She's working? Okay, well, I'm going to call an official inquisition on her connections. Isa goes, okay, that's fine. I'll let her know. This is, the fourth time this year? And yeah, Shodo goes, yep, I know, but one of my guardians says something may be up, so we're just gonna check. I understand. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. And just this very space mage to space mage.
I feel bad for Atratus having to go back. Just walk in there and just be like, so. Yeah. Well, and,
for those of you, joining us for the first time, these guys were put together and didn't know anybody. So they did not know each other. So Mammon doing this, them not knowing their background, this is stuff. And like Chris said, this has been 2 months. I actually don't even think we're even at 2 months. It's been,
we're close to it.
Yeah. There's a lot of, we don't know each other, especially everybody except for Songbird. Songbird's just kind of out in the open.
An open book.
So Shodell, kind of looks over at you guys, pats you on the shoulder, and says, take some time. This is a big thing. Keep your head down for now. If you've got some research to do, and kind of motions at Atratus' sleeping body, want to go dig into your soul, you want to go confront these memories and these thoughts, now is probably a decent time to do it. Settle up, board up the windows, make yourself secure. Like I said, I don't think anybody's coming for you. They probably don't want to cause a ruckus. They probably claim their prize, and they're happy. But keep an eye out. Weather eye to the sky and all that crap.
Songbird, can you give us a minute?
in your own house. Well, question, do you just take Shodell over to your room?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so he walks in and kind of looks around and, oh, right, I can't this. Sure.
Thank you. If you need me to do something for doing this, I'll do it.
I know, but you're doing your job as far as we've assigned you. You're with the Cabal. You're watching out for degeneration of the soul. You're kind of looks down at your not the soul stone. Oh, actually, you probably haven't put your domain
have it
back
with
up.
me.
Back in a domain.
Right,
No, I
you've
haven't
got
put
your
my domain back up.
yeah. So kind of looks down at the the hourglass that I imagine you have like hanging off like in a pocket or something.
And then, like in my satchel, I got a messenger bag.
Right. And kind of looks significantly, but you're doing your job. I mean, we would love for you to spend some time working in one of the labyrinths, but I mean that's not necessarily needs to be your calling. You're working
My
with
face
them.
is stone when he says that.
Right. Yeah. It's absolutely no reaction. And
Your phone rings.
not quite. Though that would be great.
That would be how fate would play
right.
it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, he says, no, that's fine. You're doing your thing. We'll talk more. If you want to get more involved, call myself, call the Epcot? No. Eptop. I can't remember what the term is. Call the boss man and
Eptopka.
Eptopka, yeah. And let them know that you're looking forward to looking for some additional work if the Cabal isn't keeping you busy enough. But let's settle it down on the whole setting up a domain in a popular bar thing.
Yeah.
Two mages there saw you. Saw the
Okay, I'm pole-axed. You sent someone.
I didn't send shit. It's a popular bar.
They just happen to be there. Okay.
Two nameless that we know who are around town. They're singulars or solitaires. Can't remember the term.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have
Solitaires.
a Cabal, but they met up for drinks and they had some stories to tell about an Obrimo shouting about evil wizards, and then a domain that was there suddenly running out, and it was entertaining. But it sounds like, I mean, you made a risky decision, and it sounds like it worked out okay. But we tend to work in a little more subtle way than that, right? And you can definitely get the sense that Shodell is doing the coworker to coworker, hey, you kind of fucked up, but it's okay. Nothing bad has happened.
It turned out okay, but it could have gone really wrong.
Really bad. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Woof.
So take care of yourself, take care of that, take care of them. And remember, if something happens, you get another turn in the wheel, right?
Right.
So, yeah, take care of yourself, take care of them. Do you need anything else?
No, you've done more than enough. Thank you.
Okay. And then it slips you a piece of paper out of a pocket, and it's just an address. And it's down in Lower Manhattan, down near, well, you probably recognize the address. It's over there near that New York County Supreme Court building that you've been spying out, and says, this is an old Hallow. It's been dormant for a long time, but if you talk with your Brimos buddy, you may be able to get some ley lines lined up a little bit better, and you might be able to coax it back to life. It's a little bit close to Seer territory, because they run the courthouse. But
Oh shit!
But well,
I'm
does Wyrd have a
retroactively shitting my pants?
So it's a little close to Seer territory, but you should have access, and it's a small hallow, so we weren't too stressed about it. Are you okay?
There's Seers up. Like, we've kind of looking at the link. There's Seers in our territory?
Yeah,
There's Seers everywhere.
there's Seers everywhere. Like, they don't have quite the numbers that we do, but if it's up and coming, if it's high up in power, if it's any kind of place where one can suppress or oppress people, they're going to be involved at least a little bit. And you better believe a courthouse, yeah.
Okay, so just, part of the in routine maybe might want to mention that if there's a new cabal setting up in Lower Manhattan, that there's a Seer courthouse. Just, for
Heads
future
up,
Just assume there's Seers
all
everywhere.
the courthouses, probably Seers. If not an active mage, they have connections and eyes and ears who are going to be reporting back to them.
Okay.
Did-
Thanks.
Did we go by the courthouse, Wyrd?
I was on the cusp of going into the courthouse because there is a hallow there.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's probably one of the biggest in Lower Manhattan.
Exactly. And I was really low on mana.
Was this the day that you called me about needing a hallow?
No, that came a little bit later.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you didn't go into the courthouse because you probably may have come back out again, but may have had followers. I don't know. We don't know what ministry runs that courthouse. I would guess Unity, the hegemony, excuse me. Yeah, okay, well.
The hedge money.
Yep. Kind of pats your shoulder and goes, just keep a lookout. I think we've had some personal growth here today.
And under my breath, I just say, yeah, this is what happens when I plan.
You cut out. What was that?
Under my breath, I say, yeah, this is what happens when I plan.
Yes. Acanthus should not plan.
No.
And so, yeah, Pat kind of pats your shoulder and says, okay, thanks. Keep an eye on them. You lost Mammon, but that's not your problem. That's a him problem. So keep an eye on the other two. And I think you've got a good cabal. Eventually you might grow it, expand it. We'll see. I know the Mysterium had you guys set up to go find some stuff, and I don't know how much of that you've done. So they may assign some more workers to you, or I don't know. Without 2 Mysterium members, that's kind of, well, I mean, you're balanced, but you're also not kind of balanced towards what you had been planned. I don't know. That's for higher ups. I don't know. The hierarch might call you. I don't know. I've got to go work on this.
I want a
apartment.
perfect cabal.
Huh?
I want a perfect cabal.
Perfect all 5?
5 members.
5
Each
tasks,
order
5
each.
orders.
Yep.
And he kind of pats your shoulder and says, all right, good luck. And then, kind of steps out and walks a couple steps, kind of pokes his head over to Songbird and Atratus, and okay, you guys have a good night. Have a good night. Stay safe. Just gone.
I'm going to bed.
Okay.
And then just shut that door. And then I'm going to send communication to Red Dread.
Okay.
And let him know that I could use a bit of his time tomorrow.
Okay. He says, sure. Let's meet at we'll meet at the armory. Since you and the
Works for me.
gun range don't get along.
I do fine.
It's okay.
I hit the targets.
And Wyrd heading to bed.
No, I'm leaving quietly.
Roll stealth.
Weird.
Stealth and dexterity.
I don't even think you have
Correct.
to. Like, I'm all the way at the back. Like, there's zero chance I would hear you.
No, it's more a question. Because
I'm
Nope.
a fucking ghost. All right.
Yep.
Oh, this is
and you remember you don't get choices on this. That's only on spells.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just slip out, key, careful, and make your way down the stairs.
Yep, and I'm gonna head to Worth Street.
Okay, so and I think we determined at this point it's probably 7, so sun is probably set, but and it's getting a little chilly. You make your way down to Worth Street, and had you already? Because you've already been here at this point, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So you make your way over, and there's the kind of closed off stuff. There's the big padlock on the door that leads down into the subway, which you've swapped out for your own padlock. Swap that and
nice.
Well, some of this I don't think Crim knows. I've just decided. And kind of able to reach those tiny little elf hands up through the gap in the door, relock it, and let the door shut and come down, and make your way to the through this Worth Street station.
Yeah, abandoned Worth Street station.
Yep. Through an abandoned subway, and everybody here who grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze, please raise your hand, because yes. So it is messy, it is trashy. Well, it's actually not too trashy.
There's not that much trash, but
right.
Yeah.
But it is definitely graffitied up. But it is quiet, except for the rumble of trains down the lines and stuff like that. And occasionally they come rushing through, no stops, which is a little disconcerting. But just steer clear of the tracks. And you kind of have that moment of like, this is my place.
Yep. And then there's like a room in the back I've got set up as a little apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna head there and crash.
Okay. Yeah, and this is kind of not quite cramped, but it's a small utility closet. There's room that somebody could work in and stuff like that. There's like a small sink, with one of the hoses really deep, stuff like that, decent for getting water. Water still runs, and probably collected some various bedding type stuff, and
yeah, and I'll crash there.
Cool. Everybody gains a point of willpower. By the way, did you spend that willpower for extending your mage sight? I remember mentioning it. Okay, cool. So
I blew the last of my willpower on that.
Oh, yeah, you needed that rest.
Yep.
Cool. And you guys sleep.
I'm going to take I didn't mention it at the time, but I'm going to take a hasty willpower point for yelling at Wyrd.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Which is like not even considering and just flying off the handle.
Yeah, and definitely kind of potentially risking your relationship there. So, cool.
And along those lines, like I'm going to take if that's all right with you, I'm going to take a willpower point for Wrath for blowing up at Songbird.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. And with that, guys, we come to the end of our episode. If you're watching us live, that just means we're going to take a quick break, which is weird. I don't... Ding.
Ding.
Ding. I don't know what to do now. We will. We're gonna do a quick little break. I'm gonna get some water, and then I will be back invisible, but I'll be in the chat. So come say hi. I don't know if these guys will be in the chat. And then we're gonna take a quick break, recollect, and then we will pick up the following morning. We will be right back, guys. Hey guys, thanks for sticking through the first episode of our first Twitch stream. Obviously, Tuesday will be the end of it. So again, thank you guys for joining us. I do want to mention this is probably going to be the last little after an episode recap thing that I'm going to do. We're going to try and keep it in the stream and stuff like that. So this will be the last one where I talk to you directly. Of course, if you guys want to come say hi and talk anytime, that's what Discord is for. I feel like this stuff is just repeating what we say at the end of the episode anyways. So this is our last one. The next one, I actually did a good recap goodbye thing at the end of the Twitch stream. So, hey, we'll just use that one. I see that in the future. So again, thank you guys for hanging out. This was a really fun episode, by the way. This is, Chris and Greg have not had a duo game session thing before, so this is cool to do. I really enjoyed it. What did you guys think? The investigation into Mammon, especially with Atratus not there to give her own 2 cents. The probably 2 more willful and like go-getters were the ones involved. So yeah, that was kind of fun. I dug the Cabal party infighting, not quite infighting, argument, yeah, that kind of stuff. That's a lot of good stuff. Of course, come by the Discord. Link is down in the bottom. Leave us some comments about what you thought. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff to help us out on YouTube. YouTube will always be our primary place for posting stuff. This is the only place to get the edited, cleaned up version with better audio and stuff like that. The Twitch audio sounds super echoey, but don't tell them that. And then, of course, if you want to join us on Patreon, patreon.com/occultistanonymous. If you want to support us monetarily, we have actually put up our first goal. You can check that out there, because talking about money is a little dicey. I don't like doing it but once we meet that first goal, we will have a not full-time, but we will have a video editor. So I don't have to edit the videos. Somebody else can, and I can spend more time doing stuff. Other videos, maybe, which would give them more work, but whatever. And then Conca and stuff on Discord and things like that. So until next time, guys, we'll see you.